All right, good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. We've been really looking forward to this webinar. We have quite a few new features and functionality that we want to show you today and automate your business processes with the Microsoft Power Apps framework. My name is Olivia Johnston, and I'm an account executive here at AlphaBold. I'm also joined by Cody Wildfjord, who is our staff consultant here, and also we refer to as our Power Platform enthusiast. All right, next slide, please. Okay, so before we get started, I want to go over an agenda for today. So we're going to start out with giving you a little bit of background about AlphaBold and who we are and some of the services that we offer. Then Cody's going to jump in and start talking about Power Platform, some of the new enhancements to features and AI Builder, things like that, and then he's going to follow up with a demo. We're going to have some time for Q&A and then discuss next steps. So to give you a little background about who we are here at AlphaBold, we have extensive experience in managing projects of all sizes. We also work in the manufacturing, wholesale distribution, and construction space. With that, we have built multiple solutions leveraging different technologies within the Microsoft stack that pertain to these industries. And in addition to that, we have team members that come from a variety of disciplines, and so our dedicated practices really are successful because of that. So a few things that set us apart. We do offer multiple services here at AlphaBold. We are also a NetSuite solution provider. So our goal with our customers is really to be an end-to-end support partner in anything that they need IT related. And in addition to that, in addition to our solutions that we have a lot of experience in compliances and processes. So we're very familiar with what companies need. And we also have a bold community, and this is something that we're growing. It's a place where us, our customers, and our vendors can collaborate on ideas and talk about things like best practices and share just success stories around those things. This is just a breakdown of some of the services that we offer. As you can see, we do have a lot of dedicated practices. And then in addition to that, we offer consulting work, we do project-related work, we do implementations, any sort of integrations, development, and if you're ever looking to just optimize your platform and you're already on it, we can absolutely help you with that as well. We also have a dedicated support team, and this is very helpful for customers who are either just live on a platform or are in the process of implementing. This is something that is very, very important to us, and it helps us maintain that long-term relationship and make sure our customers are always getting the support that they need. And here's some of the customers that we work with on a daily basis. You might recognize a few of these names. We're really proud to have them as our customers, so we wanted to share that with you as well. Okay, so we want to learn a little bit about you and who we have here. So I'm going to run a quick poll, but if you can just answer the question pretty quickly, we have quite a lot of bit of material we want to get through today. So that being said, what challenges are you facing today? So we'll probably wait about 15 more seconds. All right. Couple more seconds. Great. All right, I am going to close it now. Thanks, guys. Next slide, Cody. Okay, so now I'm going to hand it over to Cody. One thing I want to mention is that we're going to be offering a special engagement at the end of the session, so make sure you stick around for that. And if you have any questions, please put them in the chat box. I will be monitoring them. And I think that's about it. Cody?
Good morning, everyone. I'm very excited this morning to share with you everything that the Power Platform has to offer. Let's get started. So first off, little Power Rangers meme on the side. So we have what compromises the Power Platform is Power BI, Power Apps, Power AI Builder, Power Virtual Agents, and Power Automate. So we're going to have demos over all of these different aspects of the Power Platform today, and we have a lot of materials, so I'll get moving on. So just to show you the visual of what makes up the Power Platform, so Power Apps, Power BI, and Power Automate are hosted on Azure. So this is a fully cloud platform. It's wrapped up by Common Data Service and Data Connectors and AI Builder. So that really ties all of these different platforms together. And it's also supported by Dynamics 365, Office 365, and other standalone applications. So the Power Platform is very powerful in terms of it's like pouring water into a glass. It really meets what you need for your business. So what does it give your business? So it really allows your business more than the sum of its parts by itself. So if you're using just Power BI or just Flow or something like that, that'd be awesome in itself. But using all of these technologies together, it really gives your business superpowers that you would not have prior. And the full suite of products, it's not like you need to go off the shelf and find stuff from different providers and then have trouble hooking them all together. This platform works seamlessly throughout the entire stack. So you can move very quickly for developing solutions and automating your business processes and not worry about cumbersome, just making sure they're talking to each other. That's all handled out of the box. So just to get it started here, so automation is a huge topic in the industry right now. So it's kind of scary. People are like, oh, it's going to replace jobs and stuff. But really you want to look at automation as, let's look at it in this term of yak shaving. So it's kind of a weird term. It's a term in the software engineering discipline. So it's basically doing tasks that are useless to you, that you have to do, that's time consuming, that's going to take a part of your day. No one actually wants to do it, but you have to. So that's what automation is really looking to take over from you. So you don't have to come in and do stuff where it's not even providing value. It might provide value down the road, but if someone were to look at it, it's just like there's no added value to your day-to-day doing certain tasks, and it just traps you and it takes a large portion of your day. So automation is really looking to address this yak shaving. So we want to limit it as much as possible. We want you to do more with less, to be able to focus on business issues, growing your funnel, your sales funnel, and we want you to be lean and mean to where you can do what you need to do without a lot of overhead of having all this stuff holding you back. So first off with our demos, we're going to go over on the Power Platform, Power Apps. So what Power Apps represents is easy apps. And what that means is, so the problem with mobile application development at this time is it is really cumbersome to get off the ground. And what I mean by that is you have to develop for iOS and Android using custom development. That's been a huge issue with people developing these applications in the past. And it basically means that it's too expensive and they don't want to do it because of that. So Power Apps allows you to develop apps that work on your mobile device, on your desktop, and on your tablet computers. So you can have an app that is responsive to all of these designs. Android and iOS and really anything with a browser can run a Power App. So if your smart fridge has a browser on it, congratulations, you can run Power Apps on your smart fridge. So this platform is really looking to expand away from these walled garden approaches that Apple and Google have taken with their app stores and allow these apps to really span the technology that people want to use. It's process in your pocket. So what that means is all the business processes that you want your people to follow in the field or on the go when they're away from their laptop, Power Apps can really focus them in on creating value without a lot of waste, without a lot of communication misses or misses in the funnel where they drop off. So it really gauges you to, this is what your workers need to do to accomplish sales or marketing or checking in equipment in the field or making sure everything is working properly. And what's also awesome with Power Apps is the ability to integrate with basically any data source. So if you were to have, another thing with applications is I have data on this computer in my office, or I have data in this one proprietary database that it's not going to hook up with any of these mobile applications, so it's just not worth it. With Power Apps, you can quickly create integrations using plug-and-play connectors, where you basically drag, I want to, and there's thousands of these connectors, and you can make custom yourself. Basically say, I want data from this source, and I want it to integrate with Power Apps, and you can have multiple. So say you have 3 of these different weird data sources. You can tie all of this data together and show it on a nice little phone screen out in the field for your workers. So first of our mini demos today, so I'm going to go over just a quick sample Power App. So I will break out of my demo here. Let's get it going. So we have this cost estimator. So this is in the mobile, it's in a tablet view right now. So just picture someone out in the field. They're going around, they're doing estimates for living rooms and repairs and remodels for a construction firm. So right here, they can just quickly pull this up on their Android tablet, or even if they want to do it on their phone, which I'll show later. But right now we're in the tablet view. So say they have a tablet, they're in someone's living room, they're wanting them to give a great experience with this cost estimator. So they'll have all these appointments synced in through Office 365 on their calendar, and they'll go to these locations and they can add right here, add new ones. They can see which ones are done with this nice little status bar versus which ones are needed to be addressed through their day. So they'll really see this draw down as they're doing these estimations. So let's click in and begin an estimate for David. So first off, we really focus in. So say we're going to do a living room for the room estimate. Let's do the length of the floor. So I'll just take a tape measure and just do some estimates. So it gives you a quick square footage, and then you can quickly, off of these dimensions, you can go in and select a floor style. And this is another aspect of Power Apps that is pretty amazing. So you can bring in the texture right in, and you can be working side by side with the person, showing them the different textures and the different prices for their estimates right on the fly on this device. So say I want to do stone or tile, you can see these textures pop in, and you can have the conversation right here. It's like, okay, what are you thinking price-wise? David's a baller, so we'll go with the stone. Arctic white ledger stone, let's select that. So you can quickly add photos as well. So add photos. This one is, okay, there we go. So let me go back quick. Sorry, that popped out. Let me do this over. Living room. So select flooring style, add photos. All right, just a second. It looks like there's a little bit of a delay here. All right, so my camera isn't set up because I'm on a laptop, so I'll review estimate. So here's the estimate for David giving what we've selected. So you can do a price adjustment. If he's giving you a hard time, you can bump it up here, or you can show them the tax right here. So, and he can sign right from here. So he looked at the texture, he knows the price of the and this is kind of high because I put it there, but so he's good with that. He can just sign right here, and then he can submit this estimate. So it pops right out to Outlook, and on his device, it'll just basically pop open to his email client. It'll talk to all devices. It'll show him the details that were just provided. You can send this right to him as the agreement, and you can select done, and then you can see this green bar showing up, showing that this is complete, and you can move on with your day. So again, really focused in on this cost estimator's tasks. It's tailored directly to the client with a great experience, showing them the different textures that you have to provide. And it's automated in terms of delivering that estimate on the fly, working with them, having them sign that, and no more work involved for the cost estimator to go home and make this all happen. So awesome automation capabilities for this cost estimator application. So moving on, we have a site inspection. So say moving on from a cost estimator, we have another role where we have someone going and looking to acquire different properties. So using this application, they can just on their tablet go take pictures. They can have the prices right here. They can see all of these images if this was done in the past. And it's a nice interface to where they can put the details here, edit, and store all this information on the site inspector. And just to show you the responsive nature of Power Apps. So here is the same site inspection on the mobile device. So it's responsive to if they don't want to use their tablet, they can bring up their Android or iOS device and do the same job that they would be doing on a tablet or a laptop, and vice versa. So they can put details on here and then go back to their laptop and keep working, or on their tablet device. They can switch through these. If he's wanting to put some more information in at lunch, he can do it on his phone. So that's that for the demo. So let's kick back to Power Apps. So that is Power Apps. So next up we have Power Apps portals. So this has been around in the industry for a long time. The one issue is, let me swap this quick. The one issue has been implementation. So these portals have been kind of cumbersome to set up in the past. And recently they have developed to where it is basically a one-click approach to getting a public website that is completely spun up. So your business can, if it wants to expose certain data like orders for customers, they can create a login and you can direct them directly to this portal to see this information without having to spin up some paperwork or something. They can just quickly self-service and get their information into their hands very quickly. Or just if you want to spin up a web page, to spin up with one click versus hiring a web developer and a graphic designer and stuff, getting something up so quickly really makes an impact. And the changes to these Power Portals, it is very easy. And I will show you in the demo how easy that is. So next up we have a demo of Power Apps Portals. So let's break out again to this. So going down my list here. So here is the website that I spun up. You can see codytest.powerappsportals.com. So you can make this URL whatever you want. But for the one that I spun up, I basically just said, create this website. And this is the result of that. Nice. You can add your own specific branding. This is just kind of a template website. You can add sample pages. You can see like blank pages and stuff like that. Let's go home. You can have search capabilities. So if you want to have them search their order number or something, quickly accessible. You can add new pages, and all of this is customizable. So this is just a template, but you can make this really whatever you want. And then they have sign-in capabilities to where they can register, sign in, use certain credentials. You can log in with GitHub, Google, all of those authentication services, or you can just make them create their own. And then out of the box, you get forget your password. All of this stuff is rather cumbersome and takes time, manual effort, And with the Power Platform and Power Portals, all of this is basically given to you out of the box to where you don't have to hire someone to worry about resetting passwords or build that in to a custom application and worry about supporting that. It's all a part of this process. And to really drive home the aspect, so I have opened the editor. So here's that same website that I just showed you. And I'm going to make an edit quick. So shout out to my mom. Let's see if that's saved. So let's see. So it's saving right down here. Saved. And as you can see, that shows up instantly on the fly. So you don't have to hire a web developer to go in and mess with HTML or JavaScript or anything. You can make changes to your website if you have to make an announcement or something like that very quickly and on the fly. And all of this is handled behind the scenes to where you don't need to worry about any of the details of this website. You can focus on your day-to-day tasks. All right. So that is that. So let's go back to the presentation. So next up we have AI Builder capabilities. So this is new to the Power Platform. So this was released probably 6 months ago, and it's really taken the industry by storm. So the issue with AI in the past has been, it's been a walled garden where you need to basically hire a string of MIT PhDs to be able to get anything done and worthwhile with AI. Everyone hears the term and they get really excited about it. But when the rubber meets the road, it is very cumbersome and very hard and finicky to get working correctly. So AI Builder really looks to harness the Power Platform to make AI available to everyone. And how they're doing that is they're giving you just basic AI features to where it is very easy and accessible to where you just have to train a model or do something like that. It's as easy as uploading pictures on Facebook and tagging those images. So while it's a little bit more complicated behind the scenes, it is taking away that complexity to where it's like, oh, you want this image recognized, you want it trained on skid loaders, or like you want invoices being read by AI. All you have to do is give it, say, 20 different invoices and say, here are the fields that I want. Here are the business cards that I want scanned in. And the AI Builder can handle that behind the scenes and show them and show the capabilities of here it is, this is what you want, done. So you don't have to worry about training models and sigmoid functions and all that jazz. You can worry about delivering value with AI Builder for your business. And we have another demo here for AI Builder. So let's go back. So here's another Power App. So I wrapped all of the AI Builder capabilities into this Bold Build AI kind of prototype. And what we get here is, first off, the business card reader. We have an invoice reader and an equipment snap. So this application, you can use it on your iOS or Android devices, and it probably works better there. For this demo, I'm basically just going to show you the capabilities, but using your own camera and stuff, that would make this way more seamless. So first off, we have the business card reader. So you click that button. So we have this application right here. So it's trained on all kinds of business cards, thousands and millions of cards at this point because it's in the wild. And every time you use this, it makes this business card scanner just a little bit better. And I was actually at a conference and we had like a stack of 70 or 80 cards, and it would have taken a few hours or something. And using this business card scanner, we were able to scan in those cards in like a fraction of the time. Like it was actually very surprising and eye-opening just how good the scanning capability is for this. So to use the business card scanner, first off, I'm going to click in here. So I don't have a camera, but you could use your phone camera. I just have this business card that I got from my phone earlier and emailed it to my computer. So it's going to look through this. You give it to the application, and it reads this business card, and it displays what you have. And then as you can see, it brings in all of these good details from the card. So every time you use this, and it will continue to get better. I mean, we had Microsoft ones, and it was like eagle eye for what it has. Some of the weirder cards, you might have to put in some details. But like I said, every time you use this, and every time anyone uses it, it makes this learning algorithm better. So years from now, days from now, it's going to be better than it is today, and it has been in the past. So that's pretty awesome. And then you could quickly, instead of writing in all these details, that's automated. You scan it, and then you can just save it into whatever system you have. If it's a Dynamics 365 CRM, or if you have another CRM, you could quickly integrate that and save this contact in that CRM. So that's that. Next up, we have Invoice Reader. So what this is doing, so this is where I was talking about, it's as easy as uploading to Facebook. So all you have to do to get this working for your business is say, I'm sure you have a stack of invoices. So all you have to do is scan in those invoices. Just say, like you're uploading a picture to Facebook. All you have to say is, okay, here are my invoices uploaded. And then you basically have to say, here are the data points, and I want it to map to this in the Power Platform. And then what you can do with this, so you can use it in Power Apps, but you can also use it in Flow. And I'll demo in a second a capability of Flow, but this is another one with AI Builder. All of these AI Builder models, you can use it in Flow to where you can start emailing invoices, and then it will trigger the AI to read that and put that into your system for you, or any other monotonous data that I'm sure your company does, every company does, manual effort. You can use the scanner. It's not just, we have it trained for invoices, but any PDFs or any documents that you have to manually enter, you can train this AI Builder model on to save you a ton of time. And just like the business card reader, if it makes errors or something, it learns on the fly. So you can say, you can give it like, okay, like it should have been this for this value. And it learns from that input, which is pretty amazing. So to show you the capabilities of this invoice reader, so I'm going to, so say I'm on my device, I'm out, someone hands me an invoice. I don't want to put it in myself. So what I will do is scan in this one. This is just a PDF, and I can bring up that PDF specifically just to show you what we're looking at. So it's invoices just like this, information, just stuff I don't really want to put in. I would consider this a yak shaving task, something you have to do but you really don't want to. So looking at that invoice, we saw Elder Realty at the top. So it scanned in that document, and it's like, oh, okay, well, this is the two, this is the tax, this is the total, and all this information as well, the salesperson, the opportunity, the quantity. No input from the user. All you have to do is take a picture of that invoice, and it's very good at scanning in, and it will continue to get better, like I said. So I think that's pretty amazing. So next up, we have the equipment snap. And so this is, think of the idea is you're out in the field, and every day at a job site for a construction firm, you have to check in and check out equipment. So this is kind of a play on Snapchat, how easy it is to take pictures and equipment check-in. So what we've developed for this is the ability, we have trained all of our equipment on this model. So we've given, in this example, we have equipment such as skid loaders and jackhammers. and it's cumbersome. You have to type stuff in. So we've trained our model to, when you take a picture, it's like, oh, there's a skid loader there, and that's our skid loader. So we are going to check this in, and we've actually built in the capability. So when you click this button, it triggers a flow in Power Automate. And that flow says, okay, it looks like someone's trying to check in a skid loader or jackhammer based off this model being trained. And it will send an approval to whoever you need. And it can be skid loaders go to this person or jackhammers go to this person. And it can say, hey, either telling them, hey, your equipment's being checked out, and or it can say, are you cool with that? Or do you approve or deny this checkout? So that's overall what the situation is for building this AI model. So let's give it a, so say I'm on a job site and I go in and I have these pictures of skid loaders, and I'm just taking a picture of one in the back of our job site. So as you can see, this little bar around it shows that it actually recognized this as a skid loader based off our model. And it says, as you can see, it's saying we want to check one skid loader in versus 0 jackhammers. So, and to just drive the point home, we have skid loaders, we have some images of jackhammers as well. So say, hey, I need to borrow this jackhammer, is it cool? And as you can see, it no longer detects the skid loader, but now it detects the jackhammer. So this picture right here, it's like, okay, that looks like one of our equipment. So I'm going to click check in equipment, and you can see this loading right here, and this is actually triggering the flow. And what that means is it's going to send an email out to the person, your CEO or whoever's in charge of equipment, and it says, okay, so it looks like I'm actually getting this notification. So let's go to that. So it says a pending approval through Microsoft Flow. So this is a Power Automate. This is kind of out of the box where you can trigger these routings and stuff based off your Power Apps. And it really goes to show the whole platform being better than the sum of the parts. So I'm going to click approve here, and you can give a reason. I'm going to allow that checkout because you are awesome, or you can reject it. They're not awesome. You can click submit, and if we go back to this application, this is still grayed out. So when you saw that approval will work, it sent it back to the Power App saying like, okay, that equipment is checked out now. And I have it sent to the same person, but say you can send it even through the email of the person that submitted that checkout request. You can email them back if they're not on the Power App saying like, okay, congratulations, it's been approved by this person. So all of this is happening behind the scenes. There's no manual effort needed. There's no paperwork. There's no process that requires people to walk around an office and get things done. It all happens on the fly and allows you to start working with your actual equipment. And this is just one point home. We can use these automation capabilities to automate processes in how you're managing your funnel, how you're increasing your funnel, how you're doing financial documents, how you're doing processes, administration tasks. It's not, this is just one example, but really the sky's the limit. Every business has their yak shaving actions that they no longer want to do, that they want to be rescued from. An AI builder and the Power Platform can really deliver value and allow you to not have to do these tasks or that you are cursed with. So that's that. That's the overall Power App. And one thing, amazing thing that I want to share with you, it's kind of tangential, but so just to show you the integration capabilities with the Power Platform. So if you're using Teams, which is also a part of the Power Platform, it's not a scope of this webinar, but so say if you're using Teams for all your IMs and stuff, you can embed these Power Apps directly into chat windows. So say if you have like a HR task that you need people to do. So you can have the chat if they need help, but you can also just embed right there where it's like, oh, here I'm actually doing the process, and I can chat with someone, or there's a channel if you need help with this process or anything that needs to be communicated. It can be done in one window using the integration with Power Apps in the Power Platform. So I think that's pretty immense, and that was recently announced and released. All right, so hang with me here. We just got a few more demos, so let's get back to it. All right, so Power BI, next up. So the awesomeness of Power BI is its fluidity in allowing data from any source. So, and this is really a trend, it's very adaptive. If you give it data, if you give it a CSV, if you give it a SQL database, if you give it something in Azure or some other proprietary source, it will suck in that data and allow you to make amazing visuals very quickly. And there's recently released AI capabilities that are kind of outside of the scope of this webinar. We're doing kind of an introduction to Power BI that even takes this further to automate, like, hey, here are some insights that you would not see that our AI has picked up on. So the visuals really speak for itself, so we're going to hop right into a Power BI demo quick to show you this tool. So in this demo, we're going to go over 2 Power BI dashboards. So first off, picture yourself as the CEO or some director of sales, and you're wanting to see what your pipeline is doing and the quality of that. So what you can do here is you can ask any question you want. So I'm going to ask, what are my top regions by average revenue? So when it goes to show, it's like, okay, it looks like West is doing better than the rest. So very easy to ask really any questions you want. And the drill down capabilities of this, so the data behind the scenes, you can quickly, if you're interested in a certain thing, there's interactivity in Power BI that is simply stunning. So you click into that pie chart and it's like, okay, let's do in our sales pipeline, let's see everything that's only in the qualify stages. So I just click here and it filters down these charts to only show the stuff in this specific stage. So if you want to focus on data that is kind of mission critical to closing a sale, you can do that with this. And you can, it's not just that, it's, okay, let's look at West. Let's look at West and just focus on the stuff in the proposal stage and how it's doing. Opportunity count, where are we at? So all of these capabilities and like upcoming opportunities, so forecasting and stuff like that. Power BI allows for the capabilities to show you what's in the pipeline, what needs to be addressed, and how the different regions are doing by sales reps, by, you can slice and dice the data basically however you want. And there's nice capabilities to where you can chat over certain things. So I'm going to say coffee is for closers. Post that. All right. Close that up. So that is the opportunity analysis sample. Let's break over to our customer profitability sample. So this is kind of on the other side of things where we're not looking at the sales pipeline anymore. We're looking at the gross margin of our products. So not just, it's not focused on one, it's basically anything you want. The platform can deliver it. So let's look at our gross margin. And again, we have these nice drill down capabilities. So you can see it's segmented by executives. So let's focus in on, so you can see like a nice map here as well. And there's so many visuals that it's hard to really, you want to click everything at once. That's the problem. So let's focus in on, say, Illinois. And as you can see on the map, I clicked Illinois. It filters down all this stuff. And then let's see if Carlos has anything in Illinois. Looks like he does. So and it filters down. You can see the gross margin for Carlos in this state. So it really just shows you the effectiveness and where you need to act and say, okay, where is our gross margin the worst versus where it's the best. So these capabilities, it really serves. So before you just have data, and data in itself, it's like finding a needle in a haystack. And Power BI really allows you to see the data that you need to see, and it skips everything else. So being able to have these drill down capabilities, it allows you to see where there's issues and where you need to work and where you don't need to work and where you can just let people fly and do an amazing job. So that is that, just a quick overview of Power BI. And then lastly, so just to show you the responsiveness. So say you're at a ball game, you're a CEO or something, or you're the director of sales, and you're just trying to check to see what's going on. So to see if you can get your gifts for Christmas or not. So you can quickly drill down on your phone. You can drill down on Ellen. You can see how everyone's doing, and it looks like we're in good shape. So you can put your phone away and focus on the game. So it's not just tied to computers or mobile devices. It's really responsive to wherever you need to see this data. All right, so let's move on here from Power BI. All right, let's flip this. All right, next up. So we're getting into the good stuff. So Power Virtual Agent. So this was just recently released. It's a no-code implementation that allows your business to have customer support and touch 24/7 automatically. So this was really a stunning addition to the Power Platform that really, even preparing for this demo, it's like, wow, this capability is amazing. Like, I usually don't like do gasps and stuff when I'm developing this stuff, but I was like just open eyes and blown away. So this is brand new. You can attach it to, if you have a proprietary website, you have something custom developed, you can just add it to the side, and then you can start directing people, hey, if you have any questions, start talking to our virtual agent, and it can help you out. And it's really cool. You can do sentiment analysis where there's AI capabilities built in. If your virtual agent's not doing a good job, and that's kind of what people are hesitant about, it'll do sentiment analysis on the conversation, and it's like, oh, this isn't going well. Or it'll give rating capabilities to say, okay, the person's not happy. I'm going to direct them to an actual customer service rep. So it allows the kick out still without having the person needed 24/7 for that personal touch. So it gives you the best of both worlds. And for small businesses and stuff, this stuff was impossible. I mean, before this technology came out, how easy it is to develop. This was a far cry. You'd never get anything. And to now be a mom and pop shop and to have this stuff offered, it's unreal. So I'm just going to, instead of foaming at the mouth talking about it, I'm going to get to the demo here. So let's go to all right, so let's go to Power Virtual Agent. So I have spun up a bold bot, so you can create new bots just on the fly, but I have my bold bot. So what we train this on, or there's out-of-the-box capabilities like, okay, like what are the closing hours and stuff. All you have to do is feed it your site. So I fed it alphabold.com. So I just took this URL and I went to topics and I go suggest topics and I put this in and it takes that URL and it reads it and it says, okay, what's the important thing here? So it fed in all these different topics just reading my website. I didn't have to do any of this. So let's start up here. So we have this window. Let's do hello, start the conversation. Say I'm someone in the middle of the night. I'm looking to buy some products. I'm sleepwalking or something. So let's do when are you closed? So it can read your sites. Okay, so here are your store hours. Did that answer your question? So then this is what I was talking about. If it's a negative conversation, you can say, okay, here's someone that you can actually talk to. But yes, you're doing a good job. So please rate your experience. Amazing. And just to show you, so it's not generic. So it really read the website. So let's say I was reading the website, and what is the bold way? Something very, so what is the bold way? It doesn't know my bad grammar, so what is the bold way? So it took this directly from the website. It's like, we are different because it's reading directly from the stuff. And this really was mind-blowing to me, that you can give it a URL and it can get these details, like what are your hours, what is your business's ethos, to get that out of the box very quickly spun up. It's really insane. And you can actually, so yes, that did answer my question. Excelente. So next up I'm going to say, so you can even direct sales here. So say, buy items. So I'm happy to help you place your order. To what state will you be shipping? So let's ship it to my parents' house in South Dakota. They won't mind. So there will be an additional shipping charge of $27. Is that acceptable? Yes, of course, I'm not paying for it. What items are you interested in purchasing? So I think my mom will need a gaming computer for Christmas. All right, go get them, Tiger. Sudoku helps keep the mind active. Nice, it's healthy for her. Good to know. So it's not just customer service. You can help drive sales using this 24/7 to guide them through the funnel process and deliver value on the fly without any touches from salespeople or customer service agents for this experience. And to me, this is one of the most exciting things I've seen for the amount of effort put in. I literally I said create a bold bot, and I gave it our company's URL, and it did all of this on the fly, which to me is amazing. Excellent as always. And so you might think this is cool, but you can also see through analytics out of the box exactly how your bot is doing. So you can see the engagement rate, the total sessions, where they fell through, where it didn't work, and you can really see, you can drill down into the conversation and see where the bot was having issues, and then create different structures and different conversations to increase that bot's success rate. So this capability, customer satisfaction, I mean, these kind of metrics out of the box for something like this, this intelligent, it is just stunning for me. So I'm glad to share that with you. So we're getting short on time here, so I'm going to keep going. So next up we have, and this is saving the best for last, so Power Automate. And this was rebranded from Flow. And I gave you a little sample of this with the approval process, but this is kind of the glue that ties everything in the Power Platform together. So in Power Automate, there was this recently released Robotic Process Automation, and RPA for short. And what is this? So RPA is different from regular automation because it is automation. It's like, okay, it's just happening. It's, kind of cutting edge technology. Everything is just new. Robotic process automation is taking all that old stuff and it's making it work with the cloud platform. So the problem with the cloud platform is there's all these legacy systems sitting in old warehouses or old closets, old computers that people cannot turn off because their business is running off of it. RPA is the solution for that. So if you have old, crusty legacy software, robotic process automation is taking the person out of making those manual processes work and automating that and hooking it into the Power Platform. And it's important because it's basically that last step to getting your business off of, well, not off of legacy systems, but integrating those legacy systems that are mission critical into this cloud platform that offers so much. So in RPA for the Power Platform is really related to UI flows. So, and like I was saying, so it's taking legacy applications. So it's basically a recorder, and you give it your processes, your manual stuff that you're used to doing, your yak shaving that no one wants to do anymore. You're giving it to this UI flow. You're recording your actions on desktop apps and web apps. And you're saying, this is what I usually do. Now, computer, you do that. And that's the robotic process automation part of this UI flow. And rather than jabber on more, I'm going to get into the demo. So let me drag this. I have a VM set up here. So we have this. So let's click into this. So we have this VM set up, and so let's close these. So I have these processes already recorded. So what I'm going to do is just test this RPA. So what this is going to do is bring up a calculator and just do a simple calculation. And you might not think this is very useful, but consider this calculator just like any of these legacy applications that'll never be brought into the cloud. This old calculator app, it can be a construction app for equipment. It can be an old financial system that isn't supported anymore. It can be an AS400. It can be a legacy system that's just never developed. So it did 8 times 5 equals 40. And what it's actually doing, it's doing that calculation and it reads the results. So it says, okay, from this calculation, I'm getting 40. And it has that output and it sends it back to the flow. If you need that data, it can give it to you. And then it looks like it's bringing up the notepad as well. And so it completed the actions that I recorded. And just to show you before it went away. So it brought up the notepad and typed out, look, Ma, no hands. So again, shout out to Ma. So it really shows the capabilities in a simple way. So these actions, so I click here on this flow, and all it's doing is you're giving it these actions. So launch calculator, left click, and then it shows the actual clicks here, and get text element, and you can see what it got. So all of, and then the output if you need that later. So it seems simple, but this is basically the key to unlock all of the stuff that's holding back legacy systems being brought into modern technology. And to me, this is really, this is going to have a groundswell to make everything open up to the Power Platform. And I'm very excited about that. So just to wrap it up here, so you can record those actions. It's just basically bringing up the calculator and doing the actions and then selecting the output. That is the aspect of how this was developed. And I just basically said, okay, computer, now you run it. And now it can do these actions, and I don't have to do any more yet. So that is that. I think, let's go back to the slides. Swap presenter. So that should wrap it up. So we have the Power Platform. I hope you have really gained a lot of knowledge. This has been an amazing demo, just even putting it together, seeing the capabilities. I'm very excited for the future, and I hope you are as well. So go forth.
Thanks, Cody. Appreciate it. So just want to quickly go through some of the testimonials that we've had with some of our customers. So we have, JWCE. They've been a customer since the beginning. They're a good example of how they're better empowering their employees by streamlining their operations. And I think we just have a couple more. Cody, can you have the next?
Yep, sorry.
Oh, it's okay, no problem. So Peak 15, this is another customer. They're using Dynamics 365 CE. They're a great customer of ours as well. And then TaylorMade. TaylorMade's a great example of a company that's really embracing digital transformation. We're doing a lot of things with automation, and it's been really exciting watching their success there.
And I'm proud to say I'm working on this project. So
yes, for a while now. Okay, we're going to skip questions. I believe I answered all of them in the chat box, but you will have an opportunity to follow up and ask any other ones that may come up later. But the next thing I want to offer is, so I want to mention we're offering a free session with prospective customers. So whether you're using any Microsoft technology right now or not, or you're just looking to streamline operations in 2020, now's a really good time to consider that. And we are offering this free assessment, so where we want to meet with you, understand your systems, the related processes, kind of understand what your challenges are, and then put together a game plan on how we can help you increase productivity, optimize your operations, and we'll give you that roadmap so you can take that and review internally with your team. So we'll be following up, seeing if anyone's interested in that. You'll have an option to let us know. And I think that's about it. Oh, one more slide. Feedback. That's another thing that's really important to us. We're always looking to improve, and we want to know what else you all want to see. We love putting together these webinars. We feel like they're very informative, but if there's something else that we're missing, please let us know. And with that being said, we appreciate you all joining us today. Hope this is very informative. We hope to see you at the next webinars. Thanks, Cody. Appreciate you as well.
Have a good one, guys. Thanks for joining.
Yeah.